With the new Rebuild the Galaxy show coming out later this year, supposed to heavily feature Darth Jar Jar, I thought it would be fun to take a look at where this crazy myth came from. The Darth Jar Jar theory was first proposed by Redditor Lumpa Waru shortly before the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. He noticed several signs of Jar Jar displaying flashes of unusual physical coordination, such as performing somersaults normally associated with Force users. He also noted that several of Jar Jar's action sequences resemble a martial art called Zi Quan or Drunken Fist Wushu. There are even a handful of moments where Jar Jar shows potential natural awareness, dodging blaster shots before they're fired, or knowing a droideka is behind him when it's being completely silent. Like any Jedi or Sith, Jar Jar tends to gesture with his hands when attempting to persuade others, and significantly, he performs hand gestures in scenes where he's promoted to general or senator. He even uses his hands in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, in the scene where he persuades the Senate to hand control of the galaxy over to Palpatine. Given this case then, combined with Jar Jar's occasional physicality, it hints that Jar Jar could be a Force user too, perhaps even the Sith Lord Darth Jar Jar. That raises the possibility that Palpatine and Jar Jar work together. They came from the same planet, and Jar Jar serves Palpatine's purposes on many occasions. In The Phantom Menace, Jar Jar plants the idea for the Queen to return to Naboo after Jar Jar waves his hand while talking about the Gungan army. In Revenge of the Sith, Jar Jar is still in Palpatine's company, not something that would happen if he were as useless and embarrassing as the films portray him to be. Could this mean that Jar Jar is a mirror of Yoda? At first glance, this all seems pretty unlikely, but the equally popular Star Wars ring theory makes another compelling case. George Lucas said that he considered the Star Wars saga to be poetry, famously stating that during the production of Star Wars The Phantom Menace, it's like poetry, they rhyme. Every stanza kinda rhymes with the last one. According to the ring theory, Star Wars narrative is a loop that doubles back on itself structurally. Literature traditionally does this with keywords, but the ring theory suggests that Lucas did it using a broader story structure and cinematic language. The Empire Strikes Back introduced viewers to Jedi Master Yoda, a character deliberately designed to represent the fairy tale trope of someone you would otherwise overlook secretly being a wizard. Yoda was initially presented as whimsical, miracle, and frankly annoying in terms of his sense of humor, but this was all an act to test Luke Skywalker's patience. All that raises a question of where Jar Jar Binks, whimsical miracle and with an annoying sense of humor, was in a version of Master Yoda. The apparent fool is actually the Master Wizard, but this time a Dark Master allied with the Sith. The Darth Jar Jar theory returned when Star Wars The Force Awakens was released, when fans speculated that Jar Jar was secretly Supreme Leader Snoke. The new would-be galactic tyrant seemed set up to be someone important, leading to intense interest in his backstory. Was he really a new character, or did he have secret ties that ran back through the Star Wars franchise? Fans picked up on some vague references to early concept art for Snoke, which described him as having a hooded head like a cobra and thick, bulbous lips, and suggested that that description corresponded with Jar Jar. The hologram in The Force Awakens was easily explained away as a fake image used by Snoke to conceal his real appearance. Of course, Star Wars The Last Jedi put an end to that theory when Kylo Ren betrayed and killed his master, while Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker revealed that Snoke was created by Palpatine. Supreme Leader Snoke was indeed a new character, and most certainly did not have any ties to Jar Jar Binks. Despite the Darth Jar Jar theory never coming to fruition in Star Wars canon, this hasn't stopped dedicated fans from continuing to speculate. This persistence has now culminated in LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, an extraordinary case of popular fan theory being acknowledged in an official LEGO Star Wars release, even if it's not Star Wars canon. It's the closest thing to a definitive Darth Jar Jar that Star Wars fans will ever get, and yet it will be fascinating to see what the creative team does with the idea as LEGO Star Wars brand celebrates its 25th anniversary. I read this off of an article by Screen Rant. I'll link the description down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's something that I haven't tried before, so comment down below if you think I should do more like this. Subscribe for weekly LEGO Star Wars content, and I will see you next time.